Alright, what up guys? My name is Esai, I'm 21 years old. Had a pleasure of ESAI. A lot of people get that crazy because my name is all crazy. If you saw the movie La Bamba, the actor's name is Esai Morales. That's where my name came from actually, so fact. But I got a pleasure to come out here, invited by Frankie, pleasure being here. So my story kind of starts out where, when I was like 2 or 3 years old, my mom and dad got divorced, And my mom was that traditional, go to school. When you go to school, get good grades. When you go graduate high school, go to college, get good grades. After you graduate, get a good job and work. And I was like, okay, cool. I was okay with that at the time, just because I thought that was normal. I thought that's what everyone was doing. But on the contrary, my dad was like, make sure anything in your life, you make sure you do something that makes you happy. Make sure you're always doing something that you're always gonna love and don't suffer through your whole life. And growing up, it was really hard because it was too contradictory. My dad was telling me this one thing, my mom was telling me another. Anyways, I started to grow up through middle school, through high school. I was just so confused, where I wanted my life to go and everything. And when I got to high school, that's when I started doing, slowly reading personal development books and slowly doing all these things. And that's when I started to grow out of that box I feel like we're all placed in. The conformity of what we're all placed in, like a few of you said, work to the rest of your life. And, I knew growing up that I didn't want to do that. And I would drive around and see these nice-ass cars and see these fancy-ass houses. I'm like, there's no way that someone just worked and went to school to get that. And if they did, I see a 90-year-old driving this Ferrari, but I'm not trying to be 90 driving a Ferrari. I'm trying to be 25, for real. But anyways, I graduated high school. And when I did that, I went to college for a year and a half. And I loved college in an atmosphere where I get to meet new people and network with people and just educate myself in general. That's what I liked about it. But at the same time, there was this spark, there was no interest in me where I wasn't happy there. And I think I actually know it was because I felt like I was being forced to go there. I feel like, hey, if I don't go to college, I can't be successful. And that's honestly because I was taught that my whole life. And on my mom's side, I don't blame my mom for any of that. It's because that she was taught, and she has, she's gonna teach me what she was taught no matter what. But like I said, I grew out of that box and I didn't want to be there, so I ended up dropping out of college. And at the time, my mom was like, hey, you dropped out of college, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do retail the rest of your life, you gonna do construction? I was like, Mom, chill out, I'm gonna be successful. But in the back of my head, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be successful. I don't know what I wanna do. I know I'm gonna be successful in my life. So honestly, this year, I just turned 21 in July. I've started trying to become an entrepreneur. I started to do what I really wanted to do. I love videography. I love doing photography. I love doing all that stuff. And once I figured that out, I was like, okay, so how do I build a business around this? How do I build my entrepreneurial lifestyle I want to do around this? And I started my own blog, I started doing my own videos, and when I started getting good at it, I started realizing, I was getting contacts, I was getting clients, and that just made me realize that when you actually do something you love and you go after your passion, whether the money's right there right away, it's gonna come no matter what. A lot of people are caught up getting chasing the money and chasing, the fame, the accolations, the success there. And I know a lot of people that are successful, or they get to those pillars that they get, but they're so unsatisfied because they chased something that they thought was going to make them happy, and it really wasn't. So I always told myself, I was like, I'm gonna myself chase after what I love and help people chase after what they love, because I know for a fact that if they chase after something that they're told to, or they chase after something that they really don't have a passion for, then they're never going to be happy. So what I want to change in the world, I want to help people get wiser and stronger and more spiritual about how to approach life and approach their everyday things, and just overall change the world. And every time I talk and every time I share my story, I say this, at the end of my life, I will be remembered decades and decades as someone that changed the world like Martin Luther King Jr., because I will be that individual that actually changes the world, and it is remembered for changing the world to make it a better place. So that's my story.